The biggest problem with investment properties in Calgary is that they're not on-purpose investments. What that means is that homeowners that decide to move out of their homes and they either can't afford to sell their home because they refinanced or they had to keep their house for one reason or another, they choose to rent it out and those become investment properties. The problem with that is that it's very, very difficult to ensure that they're, winners, that they're going to be profitable investments when homeowners choose to do that. On the flip side, in order to have profitable investments, we have what we call our on-purpose investors. And this is what we're trying to teach our clients, is that when you're looking for an investment property, you want to make sure that it meets three criteria. Number one, that it's going to be cash flow positive. Number two, that it has a chance of appreciation in the market that you're buying. And number three, that you're going to make money from the mortgage paydown. And as long as those three things are in place, then you increase your chances of having a very successful investment property. Hi everyone, my name is Michael Newton and I'm a real estate advisor at Coldwell Banker Mountain Central in Calgary. And today we're going to discuss the three factors that determine a successful investment property in Calgary. The number one factor to consider is cash flow, right? And this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be making a ton of money on a month-to-month basis, but you want to make sure that it is a cash flow positive property. Right? And so how you determine that will be based on several factors, factors such as what is the interest rate that you're paying, what are your monthly payments, how much income you're getting from rent, and also if you're going to be using a property management company to manage the property, that's going to eat into your cash flow. But it has a lot of other benefits as well, so sometimes it does make sense to have a management company. So cash flow is important, but in my opinion, it's not the number one thing to look at. If the property is breaking even or even losing, a couple of dollars per month, it's not the end of the world when it comes to having an investment property, because the two other factors, appreciation and the mortgage paydown, are going to essentially make it a more profitable venture. So it's important, it's a very important factor, but not the most important when you're looking at cash flow. So let's jump right into factor number two, which is the mortgage paydown, right? The mortgage paydown basically comes from the rental income that you're getting from the tenant that is in the property, right? So this is where ensuring that you have the right people in the property that are making timely payments on time and that they're not destroying the property is going to be crucial, right? So the varying process of the tenants is going to be crucial in this particular factor. So how do you determine if the person that's going to be renting your investment property, how do you determine if they're going to be a solid candidate or not? And those are the factors that we take a look at to ensure that the property, the mortgage paydown is it's a profitable venture. So factor number three is going to be the appreciation. This is something that we have very little, if not, I would say no control over, is the property appreciation. This is determined by what's happening in the market, right? And so you might say, well, how do I know if it's the right time to buy? And so, a lot of people will wait for the market to bottom out and follow what, most savvy investors will say, which is buy when everyone else is selling and sell when everybody else is buying. But the reality is what we see is that it's extremely difficult to time the market. And, the market can go up or it can go down at any time. And it's extremely difficult to predict those times. Even when we listen to the experts, that the financing experts in our industry that try to predict these things, are always wrong. It's extremely difficult to be accurate with these predictions. But when we look at the historical data, we see that real estate does appreciate, and on average it does appreciate about 3% per year. And so you have to take this into account and not play it as a short-term game, but as a long-term game. So when you're looking at the appreciation of a property, you want to make sure that you have that long-term perspective in place, but also try to be patient with it. So if you are buying in a market where you're seeing prices going up and up and up and up, it might be tempting to buy because you don't want to buy at the highest price. But if the market is going to go up 10 years from now at a 3% average, then it might be okay to do that. So those are some of the factors that we take a look at. Again, you want to take a look at the cash flow of the property. That's number one. Number two is going to be the mortgage pay down that you're getting for the property, and number three is going to be the appreciation on the property. Okay, so those are some tips here for those of you who are looking to purchase an investment property. Please feel free to reach out anytime. You can contact me at 403-512-9825, or feel free to go to my website at www.michaelnewton.ca, and you'll see my contact information there. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.